Welcome back, students. Let's start the class of income tax slab. Here we are going to discuss the recent income tax slab that has been introduced by the government in Parliament Budget 2025 and 26. Let's start it. First of all, we have to understand what is income tax. What is income tax? The income tax is basically the direct tax form that government has levied and deducted from your salary. It means tax that has been deducted from your income. There are two types of taxes, direct and indirect. Indirect taxes, example of indirect taxes, GST. GST is the example of indirect tax. In previous class, we have understand that GST Council's meeting has determined the different type of GST goods and services that fall under the GST criteria. Now we are talking about the income tax. Income tax slab. Slab means we have learned or we have understand that there are different type of salary income bases. There are certain criteria like 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12. Recently, government has announced that 12 lakh salaried. It means 0 to 12 lakh. The person who is earning 0 to 12 lakh salary is not going to pay any type of tax on their income. Income tax was introduced in 1961 and it was commenced in 1962. Means the act was introduced in 1961 as a bill and it was passed and commenced in 1962. Income tax, direct tax. The person who is earning salary of 60,000, 70,000, the salary in hand he got is after deduction of according to the tax slab is like 51,000 and 50,000. So it is what he is earning 60,000 and getting 51,000 salary in their hand or in their account is the difference of 9,000 rupees. It is an example, difference of 9,000 rupees that government has deducted as a income tax. It is what? It is income tax. Let's start. There are two type of tax regime. First tax regime was old tax regime. Recently, it is the topic. It is a hot topic after the budget that the person who is earning salary up to 12 lakh has now not need to pay income tax. He don't need to pay income tax. So mark this word. No need to pay income tax upon the salary of limit up to 12 lakh rupees. The old regime, two type of regime, new tax regime and old tax regime. Old tax regime में क्या है? What is in old tax regime? 0 to 2.5 lakh, nil, no tax. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 5% tax. 5% tax upon 2.5 to 5. So 2.5 lakh. Upon 2.5 lakh, the tax has been counted and calculated of 5%. Next, 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees. The tax is 20%. 20% of what? 5 lakh. The difference between both amount 5 lakh to 10 lakh. The 5 lakh differentiate amount was 5 lakh. So 20% tax will be calculated upon the amount of 5 lakh rupees. The difference between 5 to 5 lakh rupees for 10 lakh rupees. More than 10 lakh, 30%. This is old tax regime. So here we want to understand that it is not beneficial for us. New tax regime is beneficial for us. So here is 50,000 rupees. Benefit was, it was like the rebate of 50,000 rupees. The government provide rebate under the section income tax section 87A, clause 87A. Under the clause of 87A, government provides rebate upon your salary. Getting my point? But in this old tax regime, you were getting some kind of exemptions on what? HRA, house and rent allowances. So exemption was house and rent allowances. Second thing, loan of what? Loan upon your house. The interest you are paying of your home loan is calculated as exemption. So means it is some kind of dearness the government will provide you along with this income tax. So it means if you are earning 2.5 lakh, so 50,000 was your rebate upon this, so it will be 30 lakh rupees. in exemptions of what? HRA, house and rent allowances will be provided to you. You can submit your documents of this HRA, loan and house interest. Other was your health insurance. It was also included as an exemption of your income in your income tax. Basically, the idea was government wants that you are paying your house and rent and house allowances, means you are paying rent. If you are earning 2.5 lakh rupees and you are paying rent of 10,000 rupees per month, so what? You are paying more money and you are having less income. So it is calculated as a exemption. So secondary thing was loan interest. You are paying interest on your loan of house loan, so it is exemption. You should have to submit your documents and government will give you the benefit of slabs. Slab benefits will be provided according to your exemptions. Second, the final thing was health insurance. If you are having some health insurance, bimas, so you are government will provide you according to the documents the resumption of exemptions of your what? Income tax, slab tax of your income. Getting my point? The things were as easy as it was written according to 80D, 80C, health and other dearness was calculated under the section of 80D and 80C. Now, why government introduced the new tax regime? This was causing as a leakage. The person was saving their income tax in the form of by bypassing this whole process according to using this HRA, using this home loan interest, using this health insurance. The people was bypassing the income tax process. So they were what they were doing, they were trying to hide their basic income. It means they were trying to hide their basic incomes and want to fall under the no tax slab. No tax slab means according to these documents they were bypassing their income, that we are using some kind of insurance, we are using home loan interest, paying home loan interest, we are paying rent allowances. So we are falling under which category? We are falling under this category. So this was an leakage in income tax. So government introduced new tax regime. What is new tax regime? Now understand this. This is the hot topic after the budget. I will tell you what are the benefits of this tax regime and what are the benefits of government that provided you according to the budget 2025 and 26. According to new tax regime, 0 to 4 lakh, no tax. 4 to 8 lakh, 5% tax. 5% tax upon 4 lakh rupees. Okay? 4 lakh rupees upon 5%. So what is the 5% of 4 lakh? 4 lakh at 10%, 40,000 and 5% is 20,000 rupees. Now here 8 lakh to 12 lakh, 10%. So 10% means 40,000 rupees. Now 12 lakh to 16 lakh, 15%. This is how tax will be calculated. It is not like 20%, 20 lakh, 20% of 20 lakh. This is whole tax. No, this is slab. Tax will be calculated according to slabs. If a person earning 20 lakh rupees, he is earning 20 lakh rupees. So first 0 to 4 lakh salary of that, nil tax. Now 4 to 8 lakh rupees will be falling under 5% tax of 20,000 rupees. Now 8 to 12 lakh salary, 10 lakh rupees means 40,000 rupees. This is how tax will be calculated upon the salary above 12 lakh rupees and till 10 lakh rupees. Now the basic hot topic was 12 lakh rupees. Government is saying that you don't need to pay any income tax upon the income up to 12 lakh rupees. Now this is what? 5% and 10%. What is this? This is how tax is going to be calculated. Now government also provide you the rebate under section what? 87A in budget document chapter 3 and part 4, chapter 3 and clause 4. It is written that 87A rebate will be given to the income tax salaried. This is salaried for, this is for salaried person. The tax slab is falling for salaried person. Rebate of 75,000 will be given to the salaried person. Salaried person will got rebate of 75,000 for each income slab. It is not only limited to 12 lakh rupees. It is limited to all the slabs, all the income slabs. So everyone will get how much amount rebate? Rebate of how much amount? 75,000 rupees. Amount will be given or exempted or as a rebate to the person who is salaried. Now, government is providing what? 60,000 rupees rebate for this income slab. Income slab, it is beyond salaried person. How much amount? 60,000. 60,000. I have told you tax will be counted on 12 lakh is 20,000 plus 40,000. How much? 60,000. Now, if you are earning as a salary 12 lakh 75,000 rupees, so 75,000 rupees is rebate. So you are, after this rebate, you are falling in the category of 12 lakh rupees. 8 to 12 lakh rupees category, you are falling as a salaried employee after the rebate of 75,000 rupees. This is income slab. Now you don't need to pay this, you don't need to pay this, you don't need to pay this. Now one more thing. You are getting my point? What I want to say is, this is slab. A slab is counted on the difference between 4 to 8 lakh, 8 to 12 lakh, 12 to 16, 16 to 20, 20 to 24 and 24 above. Now, rebate is 75,000 rupees or for salaried person. So, salary up, is increased up to 12 lakh 75,000 rupees. You don't need to pay any type of tax. Getting my point? And rather than salary, if you are salaried, then 75,000. If you are not salaried and having income of 12 lakh rupees, so you are getting rebate of 60,000 rupees. 12 lakh rupees is salaried. It means capital gain tax, long-term capital gain tax are not falling under this category. They are going to be taxed. The taxation on long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain will be calculated according to the capital gain tax slabs. Getting my point? So it is not falling under the category of income tax slab. This is going to, tax has been levied on your capital according to the tax slab. Getting my point? This is tax slab. Now, next thing, this is tax regime. What is tax regime? Here I will tell you, salary, gross salary 2.40, 2.70, 4 lakh 80,000. Old tax regime, standard deduction, I have told you 50,000 rupees was standard deduction. Getting my point? You don't need to pay tax. But in new tax regime, the last limit was 7 lakh rupees. 7 lakh rupees, you don't need to pay any tax. But government now increase the limit of no income tax slab, which is 12 lakh rupees. Here, the new taxable income for person who is earning 2,40,000 rupees is 1.90. How? 50,000 rupees was given as a rebate or as an extended deduction. Getting my point? A deduction was calculated for each slab. 50,000. Now, here standard deduction was 75,000. Sorry. Now, in this tax slab, zero tax slab, here you have to pay zero tax. Here you have to pay zero tax. Here criteria was 5 to 7 lakh rupees. Try to understand. Here you have to pay zero slab. Now, if you are earning 8 lakh 50,000 rupees, the standard deduction of 50,000. So, tax extra deduction is here, extra deduction will be counted 50,000 extra deduction. How? 50,000 HRA exemption, loss from house property, interest on home loan, deduction under section 80C, I have told you, and 80D, NPS, this is not for you, it is employers, some PSU and other companies have to pay what extra deduction of NPS. The person who is getting salary from those PSUs and all, the employer is paying NPS. Now, 50,000 standard deduction ka liya. Getting my point? This is 50,000 extra deduction in form of HRA, in form of home loan, and in form of loss of property and health subsidy, health insurance. 50,000. Now you don't need to pay any tax according to old regime. After 7 to 10 lakh rupees, you are earning 8 lakh 50,000 rupees. You are getting deduction of standard deduction by the government 50,000 rupees. So you have salary of 8 lakh rupees. Extra deduction, I have counted extra deduction as highest extra deduction of 2 lakh 50,000 rupees. Now net taxable income is 5 lakh 50,000 rupees. You are going to pay tax upon 5 lakh 50,000 rupees. If means you are earning 8 lakh 50,000 rupees, then tax is going to taxable income 5 lakh 50,000 rupees. Now 22,500 you have to pay. According to new regime, according to this slab, 75,000 is standard deduction. And you have net taxable income is 7 lakh 75,000. Because you have to pay 75,000 rupees as standard deduction by the government. Here is no NPS according to new tax slab. Now, you have to pay 27,500 rupees as an tax. So here old regime is beneficial. But if I am earning 9 lakh rupees and after this deduction I will have to pay at least 32,500 rupees, and if we are going to calculate the same amount of 9 lakh rupees in new regime, so we are going to pay 32,500 rupees here. It means according to the old tax regime and new tax regime, we are getting more benefits of new tax regime. New tax regime is beneficial. Here we are going to submit some documents of HRA, insurance and other subsidies or insurance claims. In new tax regime, we don't need to submit any type of documents. We are getting deduction by the government of 75,000 rupees. It is like marginal rate. Marginal rate is provided as an 75,000 rupees. Getting my point? It is for salaried person. This is all tax regime. Now let me tell you one more thing. Government will charge on income tax like 4% cess upon your income. It is for health and education. It is charged upon your income tax amount. Getting my point? 4% cess is charging by the government upon your tax amount. Now, this is how government introduced the new budget and providing you the exemptions of tax slabs. So now you don't need to pay any type of tax upon the amount till what limit exceeding limit the 12 lakh rupees. Now it means it was previously introduced as 7 lakh rupees and now the budget has increased it as 12 lakh rupees. First off. Second, RBI cuts 25 basis point in lending rate, repo rate. We have talked about repo rate in last class. It was 6.50. Now government 25 basis means 6.25% repo rate. So government is decreasing the limit of repo rate by 25 basis. It means government is providing the loan to the commercial banks on the amount is levied 6.25% interest. It means government wants you to consume more. Consuming more means it became the reason to provide loans to the people of the country. It made your loan interest as decreasing concern. Means you are getting loan, now you will get loan at low interest rate. You will get the loan at low interest rate because RBI will providing loan to the commercial banks at low interest by 0.25%, decreasing the limit. Now you will get loan at low interest because commercial bank will also going to decrease the interest rate. But it is not happening. The commercial banks are not decreasing or degrading the interest rate. How? Recently when the RBI introduced that it is going to decreasing the interest rate of amount on the amount of repo rate is 6.50% to 6.25%. Now commercial bank should have to decrease their also have to decrease the interest rate, but they are not decreasing. Example, 8 February RBI issued this and 10 February UCO Bank introduced, we are increasing the interest rate by 0.05%. The following was HDFC and other bank followed this, that we are going to increase the interest rate. Now government is not getting benefits with this because government wants that producer is producing goods and government wants that you should have to consume the products that has been produced by the producer. It means inflation was decreasing. People was not going to the market and they were not getting goods. It means the in hand money or loan amount was provided by banks at high interest level, and the salary of salaried person was getting low. Now government find out the new idea that if a person A is not getting benefits of this, if a person A is not getting the benefits of low interest rate, it means he is not getting loan at low interest rate after RBI cuts off 0.25% interest rate to the commercial bank. He is not getting low interest rate alone. Now a person B is now he is earning 60,000 rupees per month. Getting my point? But before this, he was getting salary of 51,000 after the income tax deduction. Now government wants him to consume more because inflation was getting low. It means the goods in the market was not going to consume by the person. Means citizens were not consuming goods and market was slow. So now government go with this formula. He increases the income tax slab of no income tax. Means the person who is getting salary of 60,000 rupees and after deduction in hand salary was 51,000. He go to the bank and say provide me loan, and bank was charging high interest rate. Now the person A was not having enough salary to expand. So expenses was not high. So he cannot buy some goods of for home consumption. He was not going to visit certain places. He was not getting entertained by traveling. So now government came with the new idea of no income tax slab. No income tax slab. We can say now government wants you to expand, to spend more money in market. Means the amount government was collecting from you as an income tax will now go to the government through GST. What it will drive? It will make concern level of that people who are getting salary will spend more in the market. They will buy goods and the consumption of goods will increase. So the slowdown in the market will going to shoot up as an expense. It means the market will getting boost by the expense of this person. The person A who is getting salary of 51,000 was not spending his salary in the market. Now he will get 9,000 rupees addition. So he will go to the market and spend the 9,000 rupees as an GST amount, indirect tax. So he will now spend his direct tax in the form of indirect tax. So it will boost the economy and increase the consumption of goods, because the commercial banks were not getting low their interest rate. Interest rate was not getting low by commercial bank after the RBI announced the decrease of 25 basis point in repo rate. So commercial banks are getting loan from the RBI, and now they are not providing loan to the person, to the citizens, to the people at low interest level. Now government introduced new tax slab that person who is earning salary up to 12 lakh rupees now don't need to pay any tax. So he will spend the remaining money, additional money as an direct tax in form of buying goods and services. So this is all the matter of budget 2025 and 26, that no income tax will boost up the economy. Getting the salaried person will get more money in hand and they will going to spend more money in the market. So this is all.